Hello and welcome. I'm Rahul, and you're watching me on my Facebook page or my YouTube channel or my talks. And if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. I always try to bring some kind of topic, which can enhance your knowledge. Many a times I usually talk about science and technologies, sometimes about motivation. But I thought that every experience that a human being gain in his life, they should try to bring it forth. When they will try to bring it forth, what will happen? Other people will learn from your experience. And that has what propelled me to bring all the experience, whatever I have. So I want to bring everything in front of you, every development in technology, some videos I have posted where I was talking about AI, with AI, discussing with AI. That video is also good. If you want to watch, you can go and see in history section. So I always try to bring every experience of mine in order to enhance your experience, because everyone is expecting something new every day, and bringing something new should be in my mind. And I want to rationalize things, because to develop critical thinking it is important to have a rational view, to have cognitive ability. So if you want to discern everything with different perspective, with real perspective, then you have to think of yourself that you are developing a critical thinking power, so that you can have a rational view. So many times, if someone is talking about the spirituality, maybe they're talking from their experience. And if you want to ascertain something, some rational facts about that, then you have to think of science, in a different way, where science has been. Maybe some experience are beyond scientific research, scientific exploration, whatever have been explored. So if it is beyond scientific realm, so if anyone is there, so it can be also sometimes philosophies. Philosophies are also important to think about. If you have philosophy, if you want to contemplate philosophy and think about philosopher, it is not bad. Many scientific research has gone based on philosophy. Before they postulate something, thereafter they do scientific research. They want to validate it with scientific data. That's why it can be verified, then it can be made a principle or law. So everything comes from postulation, from contemplation, some introspection. So if somebody has certain spiritual introspection, we should not invalidate it based on our inexperience. Many times it could be true. And that is why I want to talk about spirituality sometime. So if you have any question about that, you can ask me. I would certainly rationalize that. And if you like that answer, comment in my video that I have gained something from you. This is important. In order to have motivation, it is important to know about our own ability, our own caliber, our own potential. If someone will give a feedback, it will be truly knowing, and it can enhance our confidence as well. So if you want to build your confidence, it is better to take feedback with good people, who are understanding your values, who are understanding your morals, who are listening to you consistently, because listening to them is your moral responsibility. And this is what I want to tell you. If you want to do something great, you have to take decision today, that how to change your own philosophies, how to change your own perspective, how to enlarge your thought process. Because many a time it may be that other people could have gone through a different experience, and they will have more spiritual experience. So that's why I talked about bringing out spiritual realm is also good. If you want to talk about that, you can talk about that in front of me as well. You can comment in my section, and I would try to validate that. I would try to answer that, because I am Hindu, and in Hindu scriptures, mainly it has been taught about philosophies of life, how to live life. Mainly in Gita, many philosophies of life, how to live your life, it has been given. In Mahabharata, how to lead yourself, how to be a leader, and how to be a good fighter in life. And if life perspective you will think about Mahabharata, it will teach you a lot of spiritualism, a lot of speculative power you will be able to build up. So it is not bad to think about the scriptures, but in our scriptures, mainly, in our God, whatever has been scripturized, much many times it has been scripturized about reptilians, because Lord Vishnu, he is always sitting uh, uh, on a reptile, on a snake, so they have given in the scriptures that they are powerful being. But if you want to feel something different, and if you want to have knowledge of something different, so in Bible it has been given a lot of knowledge as well. They have an angelic view. So all these things, if you want to explore, you can read old scriptures and you can have profound knowledge. But if you want to validate with current science, you have to think of scientific knowledge as well, where it has been, what has been explored, what has been achieved, in technologies, x-rays and other devices, what they can scan, and how they can look at different things, how they read lights and the spectrum of lights, how they read different, human bodies, and how they read about our aura. Is it true, or what is there any contemplation about that? Is there kundalini, is there any chakra in our body, is there any energy center in our body? If you validate with science, you will get that it has been only an initiative until now to read and to understand this kind of scripture, this kind of spiritual values, and they have not found something profound or something significant or something substantial. They have not found something substantial. But what they found is that that body radiates, body emits energy. And if you want to find energy center in your body, maybe other beings who are ascending, so they could have a better energy in their body. So other signatures of your body can be read by these technologies, whatever it has been until now. So if you want to explore all this, that you have to explore, and then you can make a better philosophy about your own dogmatic principles or your own views, and then accept all true things in your life, so that you can have a rational truth in your mind and in your life. That is what I want to tell you. Everywhere, if you want to move ahead, you have to look at it at a different perspective. You have to look at every cause, what is true, what is not true. So in order to move forward, you should be speculating each and everything and thinking about everything, with finding right rational truth about that. If something is happening in your life, uh, uh, suppose an incident happens, you are doing something and the light goes off, then you have to think how the light is going in your light is being switched off in your room. Maybe someone has switched off your local power supply, or maybe someone would have switched off from local nearby station, and maybe some different thing has happened. So there would be a cause, it is going. Maybe you would have been thinking that I was contemplating something and the light is fluctuating. So it is not, sometimes it makes a different philosophy in our mind, and that is why I want to tell you, you have to validate. There could be a cause. Maybe the universe is random and something random happens in your life, and if it is really four dimensional, so it may be, if it is four dimensional, so a four dimensional being could have access to your timeline, and they may interact with you at any point of time. So it could happen, but there would be a validate. There should be a real validation. There should be a cause behind that. We cannot assume that because no one has found until now. Yes, but in quantum physics they have shown that the higher dimension exists. But what kind of higher dimension is it? To contemplate that, they have given mathematical equations, and they tell that human mind cannot comprehend all that more than five dimensions, because it is in mathematical language. It can be read only mathematical language, so it would be difficult to contemplate in your mind, to think of higher dimensions. So think of fourth dimension. We can talk about if they have access to fourth dimension, suppose time dimension. they will pick up at any point of time in your life, so it may happen. If it happens, so because science is still limited, even our thought process, even our understanding, everything is limited. We cannot see x-rays, we cannot see uh, all those things, which are, we cannot hear less than some decibels of sound, so everything, we are not perfect here. We can see every spectrum of light, so we cannot contemplate the universe in a different way. So everything is limited to our perception. So everything, you have to understand that where it has been science, and what could happen. So in order to enhance your perspective, it is important thing in that way. I just wanted to give you a way. Thank you for listening to me.